Hey, Mrparka here to review a film. This one was sent to me by Ruggero USA DVD. They're an Italian-based company originally. Now they're releasing DVDs in America. I have also reviewed Perfume of the Lady in Black, which is a really good release and a really good movie, Gialli. This one is a crime film, and everyone knows that Italian crime films always deliver on the style and good camera angles, cinematography, and the violence. This one is Live Like a Cop, Die Like a Man, directed by legendary, infamous Ruggero Deodato, who's famous for Cannibal Holocaust, House on the Edge of the Park, Last, Cannibal World, but he also dabbled in some other films, maybe some fantasy films like The Barbarians, and of course some crime films like Live Like a Cop, Die Like a Man. This stars Ray Lovelock from the underrated Let Sleeping Corpses Lie, aka Living Dead at the Manchester Morgue, and Almost Human, and Mark Porel, who I actually recognized but could not put a finger on what he was from. I looked him up, and he was in Lucio Fulci's awesome Don't Torture a Duckling, where he plays a really juicy role as a priest. He also, I found out that he had a bit of a tragic life and death, and he died at the age of 33, 34 from meningitis, probably brought on by drug use. But anyways, this film, it starts off, opens up right in your face with a really cool, elaborate motorcycle chase, which I'm not big on chases, but when they're done right and they're done, you know, like 10, 15 minutes, it's pretty cool.
Come ti chiami? Mi senti? Eh? Aspetta, eh. Stai meglio così?
And this motorcycle chase was also very cool and different because it was shot, I believe, in Rome, and it looked very beautiful, and it was, they guess they didn't have a permit, and they would run when the cops showed up, which is also another cool slice of history, I guess, because nowadays there's no way they would ever be able to shoot a scene like that, hence the scene in Dawn of the Dead with the motorcycle raiders. You can't do things like that anymore, and it's really cool that a lot of these 70s films, especially Italian films, seem like they had kind of that approach of do it and run. And they somehow got really good camera angles and freestyled a lot of things, and it turned out really, really well. The film also uses this music well. It has a couple songs actually sung by Ray Lovelock, which Maggie is the opening song, and a couple other things. The film is incredibly violent, and as Ruggero Deodato has done before with the likes of Cannibal Holocaust, he takes really, really soft, beautiful music by Ritz Ortolani and Cannibal Holocaust, and he puts it next to really, really brutal scenes of horrific violence that either give you a very strange feeling that is really kind of one of a kind. I really enjoy it. I don't know if other people do. I think they do, and I think Cannibal Holocaust's popularity shows. And this one does it as well with these really kind of almost like Beatles-ish songs, I would say, at points. And there are actually a couple really good songs in there.
From the top of the hill, the dusty skin and his liver, ready for the grill. You look like an horseshoe and you're shrinking, like Alice in the Wonderland. Anyone now can read your human hand. So hold your hands and pray, and think about your death. Try to save your soul at least. You're gonna leave this earth. I'll show you the way to limbo, and I will open up its gate. Lord, forgive us if we're hasting in His fate.
The characters are basically two cops from a kind of like a under special squad, and basically they kind of wage war on this big time crime boss who's cruel, and they kind of take it really personal after one of their partners is killed. They attack his clubs, and they do brute force to get their way, and it's kind of weird seeing these two guys, because they're kind of pretty boys, and they're just doing awful things to get their way. They have a giant sexual appetite, and that's where some of the comedy of the film comes in, where they're always trying to sleep with women, and they usually both sleep with them. I mean, they both sleep with the women, sometimes one after the other at one point, but there's some comedy elements in there with that. There's also some weird, kind of some comedy elements between the Chief and them, because the Chief is kind of a different character type. He's not like, God damn you guys! He's like, man, kind of clean it up a bit. He's kind of on the low down, he's kind of relaxed compared to a lot of the other police chiefs of these cop buddy movie type deals. And, you know, like, the violence is kind of surprising, considering the fact that at the very beginning, after the motorcycle chase, they just, one of the guys is still alive, and Mark Porel just breaks his neck. I mean, it's kind of like that deal where they just don't care. They just want to get results. They kill the criminals. They shoot first, ask questions later. And that's pretty much their type deal. And it works. It's cool. It's entertaining. A lot of people die in this film. 18, I would say, is what I counted. I enjoy keeping a counter. And I enjoyed all the characters. I thought it was well acted. I thought visually it was very well made. I thought it was a pretty good movie, and it was entertaining. And I liked the characters a lot. I enjoyed it. I would recommend it. Also, it comes in, you can watch it in Italian or English. I chose Italian with subtitles. And I also comes with a making of with interviews with Ruggero Deodato and Ray Lovelock, which is very interesting. You hear a lot of things, and Ray Lovelock even sings one of the songs. He tries to remember one of the songs. It's just really cool. You kind of learn a lot from this making of, or in a documentary. It also has some trailer spots from Ruggero Deodato's career, which are kind of strange, kind of weird, with him commentating over words. Of course, you're reading subtitles. But anyways, the print looks great. The sound was great. Everything about the release was great. And I'd really recommend this one, because it was cool. I mean, if you like Italian crime films, then this one's a pretty good one to watch. I mean, they always have that type deal with chases and motorcycles and stuff. So if you've seen them, you're probably pretty familiar with these. But this is one of the better ones, and I would really recommend it. Live like a cop, die like a man. Thank you very much. Have a good one.